The
Oh,
little bunny
yeah,
ears.
bunny house. Yeah. Like
Bunny
whenever
house.
we do this at our event, our parties, we always do like a group selfie on one as bunny house without the jump because once we did it, the neighbors complained about it. So we're totally bunny house.
Bunny house. All right, there we
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Are you coming to us live from the bunny house today?
I am. This is my room at the bunny house. It's the largest room. Yeah.
All right.
Just stuff in my little TikTok corner there, and my
There
bed
we
down
go.
there. I have my standing desk.
I love that. I
Yeah,
love it. Cool, cool.
yeah.
Well, we we
Uh-huh.
are we are live, so we are all good. If you want, we can go ahead and maybe you can introduce yourself to maybe some of our audience who is not too familiar with you. You know who you are, what you do, and what. Yeah, just a little bit of an intro of you.
Yeah, very excited to be here. Hi everyone, I'm Grace. I like doing a lot of random things. I founded this community called Design Buddies back in April 2020 when I was a student, and today we have over 150,000 members helping designers improve their skills, land jobs, and make networking fun. Our friendly mascot is Fluffle the bunny. Just getting it right there. Fluffle is the friendly bunny mascot of Bunny House or and Design Buddies, but also the inspiration behind Bunny House. That's funny because he hopped into design. Bunny House, I also founded like a hacker house or like a founder creator house here in San Francisco, gathering a lot of founders and creators together. And I love creating content about like design and career on LinkedIn and lifestyle and travel on Instagram. And I was formerly a UX designer at a large tech company, but I recently left my corporate job exactly 1 month ago, April 1st.
Oh
And
wow.
yeah, right now I'm like just vibing and just I have a lot of random things I like to do, but what I love to do is like I love design and I love like bringing people together, hosting epic events, bringing good memories, having good vibes. And I'm learning to train. I'm trying to train like I was like a D1 athlete again. So I was D1 cross country track runner. So I just came back from a run, been lifting a lot more and learning how to dance and act and be entertaining. So I love entertaining and bringing people together. And that's what I quit my corporate job to kind of explore more of. And born and raised in Cupertino, California, so Apple and Silicon Valley kid, now living in San Francisco. And I love traveling as well. I know Nico, we connected over cruising. I know I'm like excited for you on your cruise as well. But last year I spent 2 months living on a cruise ship and I went to over 20 different countries. So I don't know, like I like cruise as a way to travel at scale. So I've been to over 30 countries in my life, but I love SF. I love California. So that's where I live.
Awesome. Very cool. Yeah, you can feel your energy coming through the screen, which is amazing. And I'm very happy that you're now in a role that really like lets you be yourself and lets you bring all these people together. So that's amazing. I'm very, very
Thank
happy
you.
about that, to hear that. I kind of also too want to learn a little bit more about you as a designer and your just like your background and everything too. So if you had to say like any core beliefs or experiences that have shaped you the most as a designer or somebody who loves design, what would some of those core beliefs be?
Yeah, I would say my biggest inspiration to go into design is actually this game called Maple Story. Let us know in the comments if you ever played Maple Story. So Maple Story is this massive multiplayer online role-playing game where you can like be a magician, be a warrior, be anything you want, explore this whole virtual world, kill monsters, do quests, and there's you can see all your friends. You can like dress up as your character. It's like a whole social life. And I was a guild leader as well, and so Maple Story really inspired and the art and the music and everything about it, I just love it. Like, it inspired me to start drawing anime when I was younger, and it inspired me to do community building because I was a guild leader when I was, like, this
Yeah.
14-year-old girl, bossing a bunch of, like, 30-year-old dudes around. So it was, like, hella fun, and but Maple Story is actually because growing up in Silicon Valley, like I want to be an anime artist. Like I love drawing anime style, cute kawaii bunny rabbits. But like Silicon Valley, like all the adults are like, you gotta be a doctor, engineer, lawyer, or failure. So I thought I was gonna be a failure. But then when I was 13, my mom, she started paying me to go to the gym with her. And then that's when I discovered running. So I started like running really fast. Like I was formerly like a self-proclaimed proclaimed couch potato. And then I started running at the gym because I was getting money. for my mother, and I ended up breaking a lot of my school records in high school, and made it to nationals a couple of times for like cross country and track, and which inspired me to study bioengineering in college. I went to Santa Clara University. I was like, hi parents, hi Asian fam, relatives, Asian parent friends. I want to be a doctor and engineer. Look at me. And they're like, wow. And like I was like, yeah. But like honestly, I was like the most unhappy I was because I feel like I was like I want to learn bioengineering because I want to biohack myself to run faster. But I branded it as pre-med so I can sound fancy because I cared too much about other people how they thought of me. And so I was like, after 2 years of like doing bioengineering, working in a lab, I was like, not really vibing with it. So I decided to pivot over to computer science engineering. And I liked computer science because I want to make games. Like I didn't really care about algorithms, like programming. I just want to make cool, dope games. And I feel like that wasn't like probably the reason to go, but I just want to make cool stuff. So I did computer science. So I ended up doing a bachelor's in bioengineering and like a master's in computer science engineering because I wanted to learn how to make games.
Mhm.
But I feel like after doing a couple of internships, I was like in software engineering and game dev, I was like, I am so slow at coding. Why am I not getting this? I feel like coding is like for me as a designer, for me, it's just Grace, not just a designer. It was like hard for me to like think in like that kind of way, like logical, like theory, abstracty
Mhm.
way. Because I'm very visual. I'm a very kinesthetic learner. I need to see things. I need to do it. So it's not really my strength, even though I tried so hard. Maybe I could have tried even harder. Who knows? But after that, I was like, after 2 years of doing that, I was like, hmm. So I graduated college like June 2019 from an undergrad. I was like, hmm. I kind of want to explore UX design. I liked UX. I was drawn to UX because it combines like creativity, but also problem solving, like kind of like my art and engineering background. And it pays really well in tech without needing to code. And that was like one of my favorite parts. So like I went into UX design, and UX design is like pretty lit, like no cap. I'm like a Gen Z, so like I talk like this. Like but I started learning UX design like fall of 2019, and I was applying to a lot of internships and getting ghosted all the time because like I don't have a traditional design background. I was like
Mhm.
engineering. I never went to a design education course, degree, or boot camp.
Wow.
And so I April 2020 happened. Oh, during that time, I was like, I feel like I grew up in a bubble, and I was like pretty sheltered as a kid. So I always like challenge myself to do something that makes me feel uncomfortable every day to grow. And so I started posting in this Facebook group. This is fall 2019, called Subtle Agents Bay Area. And I was like, so who wants to co-work at cafes from this like random people on the internet? And I would like start to build a community of like work study folks, work study fam, they called it. And it was like really fun. I did it probably like once a week. And then pandemic happened. I was like really loving the community building, the in-person community building from these like co-working sessions with random
Mhm.
people on the internet who later became friends. So I started Design Buddies April 2020. So I was like bored, lonely at home. And I just want some design friends. I want to learn design together. I want to have fun. I like bunnies. And I also needed a job. And I was getting ghosted. So I was like, okay, I want friends. I can also build my network at the same time. So I did Design Buddies for like 2 months. Later, got a job at Electronic Arts EA as an intern, and then worked there ever since, from June 2020 all the way to April 1st, 2024. So almost 4 years. But
Wow.
I loved my time at EA. I got to work on a lot of products, like both internal and external facing, that crosses over like millions and millions of users, which is really fun. And with my MapleStory and huge gaming upbringing, it was always my dream to work in the games industry when I was a kid. So
Yeah.
meet that. And yeah, EA was so great. I met so many of my lifelong friends who I still stay connected with, learned so much about life, management, running Design Buddies from the mentors I met at EA. But I decided to step off my role because I feel like I could make more impact with my life by gathering like communities and entertaining people. And I'm just like honestly still exploring. I love UX design, but I feel like to work full time as a UX designer, I have to spend more time in just that.
Mhm.
And right now, I just love doing so many things. I can't just like spend my time just doing UX design because it's a full time corporate job. It's a lot of time, and
Yeah.
I feel like I just wanted to explore and just potentially like make more impact. But I feel like my time at EA has really built a strong foundation in life for me to explore anything I want.
I love that. That's a fantastic story. I feel like I know so much more about you, and it like the passion makes so much sense, and I love to see it. So thank you so much for sharing that with me. I'm also excited too to dive in a little bit because Design Buddies has doesn't only have designers, it has engineers, it has really anybody who works on product, who is like there to designers and developers always have the same end goal, building a great product too. Question for you: what is one thing that you think designers and developers have in common?
I think they all want to solve a problem together. And I feel like all of them have kind of an equal say on how to solve the problem. I feel like designers have ideas, developers also have ideas. I feel like they should just like work together more instead of saying like I am only design. I should not learn how to code. Like I'm not against designers learning how to code. Like I know how to code. I don't think it's like a bad thing. I think it helps. And I feel like developers, it's also a good thing to learn design thinking and how Figma works. And I feel like they should like work closer together and collaborate and just like kind of code great instead of like seeing themselves like a silo, like, oh no, I can't touch code. But like, no, be curious about it, see how it's built,
I
and then
love
design
that.
it more effectively. And our engineers like give feedback on designs and get your input on there instead of just like seeing the specs and just like coding it without questioning it.
Yeah, I love that. Is that one thing? Do you see a lot of those connections happening in Design Buddies? Is Design Buddies like a place for designers and developers to come together finally?
Yeah, we have a lot of developers hanging out in design buddies as well. A lot of like also like computer science students. Um, And I feel like there's a lot of designers also looking to code and people looking to hire UX engineers and UX engineers in design buddies as well. So I do see these discussions happening here.
Awesome, very cool. What does the future of design and dev look like in your opinion? I know you talked a little bit more just about more collaboration, but